What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Going Geek. Welcome to another Friday, another new episode of the Clone Wars. And, so far I've been very, very critical of this arc for the Mortez sisters and for Ashoka because we've been trying to see where this arc is going to go. Is it going to lead? It better be leading into the end of the show, but we haven't got any hints of that. But I am happy to say that I finally have enjoyed an episode in this arc despite its problems. So this episode, properly titled Dangerous Depth, we see that the Mortez sisters and Ashoka are now imprisoned onto this planet with the Pikes. They basically, spoilers for the episode, they basically leave the prison cell that they're in, break out, go through this whole chase, and then they end back up in the prison cell. And that for me was kind of like the worst part of this episode because you start in one place and then there's ground made in terms of character development, in terms of Ahsoka's character, in terms of Trace's character, in terms of Rafa's character, but in terms of the show itself, there wasn't any real character development. We saw some Mandalorians, and hopefully, we're finally going to be able to see how this arc is going to lead into the final arcs of the Clone Wars season 7. But I think that, this episode was cool. There was a lot of action. We got to see Ahsoka kick some ass without a lightsaber. I love that, by the way. That was so cool, where she fought all the Pikes in the control room without even have to break out a lightsaber. And yeah, she was getting beat up a little bit, but she still messed them up in the end. That was great. I love that. Trace and Rafa Mortez, they're starting to you're starting to see more of their personality come out. We find out that Trace and Rafa's parents died during an escape attempt that Cad Bane did to break out Jabba the Hutt's cousin Zero from a Jedi prison. Because the Jedi were trying to save more lives than worry about the fewer lives that they were endangering through this chase, the Mortez sisters' parents passed away, and then that's why they have a thing against Jedis, because the Jedis just basically told them the Force will be with you, but their parents are dead, and there's nothing else to it. So that's why they have this big problem with Jedis, and you see that internally affects Ahsoka, because now she's like, shit, I'm with these people, and they don't like Jedis, and this is why they don't like Jedis, and now I gotta hide my powers even more, even though this episode she used her powers more than any other episode because of the fact that they had to escape and they had to deal with fighting all these different Pikes and other aliens on this planet. So you see the interior battle inside of Ahsoka to kind of do the right thing but also hide her Jedi powers, which I thought is really powerful. I love how Rafa realized that she was putting everybody in her family in danger rather than trying to help her family in this episode. I think that was a great character development for her. Trace is still kind of the same. I mean, the whole part where she wanted to get her ship instead of just leave the planet, I thought that was dumb, but I understand that's part of her character. She's very heavily attached to that ship because she fixed it up and it's her ship. But at the end of the day, I still enjoyed this episode. I'm glad the Mandalorians popped up in it because that means that we're going to see the Mandalorians bust Ahsoka out of prison and the Mortez sisters out of prison. Then we'll get into the final arc of the show with the clones, Ahsoka, Darth Maul, the episode 3 connections. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought of this episode. I personally enjoyed it. I think it's the best out of this arc. I think this arc is going somewhere. I don't think these are filler episodes. I think that they are moving along, but just a little too slowly. Nonetheless, still a good episode, a great entrance into the season 7 of the Clone Wars. I would say it's the best out of this arc. Let me know what you guys thought. Comment below. Don't forget to follow @GoingGeek_ on Instagram. Follow us here. Like, subscribe, turn the notification bell on, and I'll see you next time on Going Geek.